Good afternoon, folks. How are we all doing today? Right, well, it's time for a Sunday chill session, and we're going to be playing some Final Fantasy XIV. I'm also, apologies for being late. I was playing Magic the Gathering, and I just completely lost track of time. I was like, I wonder if I've got time for one more game. Oh, I'm 20 minutes late. Awesome. So that's the thing that's happening now. And yes, we are here in some Final Fantasy XIV. What I'm going to do is jump into the community voice channel on Discord. So if people want to jump in and have a chill and a chat with me while I play, or if they would like to also join me, they can certainly do so now. Let me just get everything set up because I was in a bit of a rush and I kind of bodge jobbed everything. Why are you showing as not live? Let me just refresh that. There we go. That's all fixed. Right. So we need to do stuff. First things first. First thing is first. I'm going to the Gold Saucer. Because it is Sunday. And not only does that mean that... where are we? There we go. Not only does it mean that we can, as we can every day, come over here. Let's change to the right class, shall we? And not only does it mean that we can come over here and purchase our Cacpot tickets, but it also means we can get our Jumbo Cacpot as well. Right, I've got an add-on for this now that's supposed to help me in guessing what the best options are, and then tell me what's going to be the most value. And honestly, I seem to be doing worse than I was if I was just doing it my way. So I don't know if this is even working. Or if the calculations are... I mean, okay, just pick any random one then, I guess. If I grab that, then we don't know anything on that line. If I grab either of those two, we don't know anything on that line. So I think we go for that one. Okay. Do again, one of the lowest. So we know that there's fuck all we can actually get there. 1,000 will do. Right, okay. So that was kind of crappy, and I don't know if that's actually worth doing or not. Let's do this first. Where am I going? Cactpot board. Look at all these people. Look at them all. Let's...
This jumbo cactpot ticket looks to be in order. Now, let us see what you have won.
I am sorry. Nothing, basically.
Please accept this consolation prize.
Nothing again.
This jumbo cactpot ticket looks to be in
okay,
order.
4th place. Okay, that's
now,
that's
let
decent.
us see what you have won. I am sorry, but please accept this consolation prize, Miss. This jumbo cactpot
right.
ticket looks to be in order. Now,
So,
let us see
we
what
always
you have
buy
won.
1,
Congratulations.
5, 3.
You have won 4th prize.
Sorry, 1, 5, 2, 3.
Welcome
Because
to
that
drawing
spells.
number
You look at the
618
top
of the jumbo
thing. It
cactpot.
spells safe.
Can I
And you should always go with 1,
interest you in
5, 2,
ticket to
3
fame
because
and
it's a safe
fortune?
bet. I'm gonna buy another one. And we go 7, 0, 0, 7 because that's boob, and I'm really mature. And then there was another one that I did. No, not that. SAF. Food.
Well, now all you've to do is wait till we announce the winning number. Why not join us here at the cactpot board for the drawing?
The winning number for the jumbo cactpot will
We'll
be
draw
drawn
that
every Saturday
next week. We're going to be doing that pretty much every time we.
After
The
draw,
first Sunday thing
you will
we
have
do.
until the following Saturday at 8 p.m. Earth time to claim your prize.
So, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? I mean, first of all, we're going to character. And I think we should start with some... While we're kind of chilling and seeing if people actually join, we should do all the solo stuff. So one thing I have done this week is I've got my Summoner to max. So I think I need to start working on my Black Mage next. But at the moment, I'm actually working on getting some 720 gear for my Dancer. So that's going to be a priority today. However, what I want to do first is switch to Sage and jump in some PvP. Because while we're doing PvP, you can jump in as a class, instantly change class to something better, and you get the XP on the class that you queued as. So I'm using that as a kind of... It's not a cheat, it's a mechanic, but I'm kind of abusing that for this is how I'm going to level my healers, because I don't like leveling healers. In the meantime, we should set some hunts up as well, who I am doing on my Machinist by the look of things. So let's do that. And we need to go to Tuliolal. How are we all doing today? Hopefully having a good day. Yeah, I'm basically just chilling and doing my dailies. That's kind of what this is going to be. It's a nice chill Sunday. People can relax. We don't need to worry about stories and doing all sorts of rubbish. We can just chill. We don't have to care. Let's also send my...
It pleases me to inform you that the venture is complete.
Guys back out on adventures.
Neither rain nor sleep nor ferocious beasts.
A bit of passive income.
And
when I say passive income,
then I shall take my leave.
what's that? That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 million I've earned this expansion. Give me 1 second. Do those in a sec. So now I need to switch back to Sage. Pop that. Commence. Yeah, just from passive income. I think I started with 6 million this expansion. 7 million. And I've got myself down to 3 by, leveling up my classes, buying materials, crafting gear and things like that. But passively, over the course of the expansion, I've also made 17 million. So when the next expansion comes, if I do it again, I'll have a lot more money to spend early on. To make money early on, because that's where I made most of my money. I made easy 12 to 15 million, just being kind of not ahead of the curve, but no, honestly, definitely ahead of the curve. I was ahead of the curve for most of the early expansion, so I got to make some money early on. What is that? It's a frosty sheep. I want the frosty sheep. You got a nice bike. Ew, Pegasus. Ew, non-Pegasus. Seen a lot of people with just wings recently. Me. I like me Rathalos. I was in doing my PvP yesterday, I think it was, maybe the day before. Must have been yesterday. And I was like, okay, let's have a look around, see what we got. Oh, there's someone there with the same name as... That is Argic. Holy crap, Argic's in my PvP. He was not only in my PvP, but in my team. So I just followed him around and assisted him in my game. We did well. We were winning most of that game, and then we were reds. And the blues came out of fucking nowhere to win from third place right at the end. Also, I forgot to set that up, but let's turn that off so we don't see random chat. Oh, get out of that. Oh god, reds have rushed us. Okay. What was that? Was that an ulti? Who the hell has an ulti already? Okay, apparently black mages are able to farm ultis stupidly early. Freebie kill. That's kind of what my class specialises in on this. It's just securing those kills with quick attacks. No, you fucking don't. No, you fucking don't. Get out of here. Alright, let's get my health back up. Right. Let's zoom in on the map. We want to be this way. Let blues and reds fight over that. And hope the reds don't come at us. Oh god, take that off. Okay, need to remember to do square then triangle, not triangle then square. That's actually more efficient. Well, we are losing badly here. Reds are dominating. Problem is, every time we die, we lose points, they gain points. So we can quite easily be farmed. You ain't going home. I'm making sure of that. Gadget. Don't get out of position, though. Stay where you are. Keep those guys off the point as long as I can. Heal up. You're fighting a Dark Knight. You're never going to kill a Dark Knight. They're just the strongest. Dark Knights and Paladins just don't die. Right, next objective. Probably go for this one. Why are we fighting in mid? Why are we fighting in mid? Come on, some people see me coming this way and follow. Damn it. Yeah, no, wait. Can't get that. Head for the other one. Kremlik! Safety! Always play safety. Always play the safe bet. Always. How are we doing, Krem? Hope you're having a good one. Shit, that triggered. I didn't actually want it to. Goodbye. That was a waste of points for them. That was an absolute waste. They shouldn't have. Well, he shouldn't have done that. Safety dance. We don't have enough people here. We need more. If Reds turn up, we've got to bail. Oh, there's a load coming down now. One of the few days I don't feel like dead. Sadly, looking at next weekend, it's going to be cooking again. Yeah, right, I know. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. I do not know what that monkey's doing. I think he's just trying to sap points, but he's losing more than he's gaining. Right, we need to focus fully on red now. Okay, suicide charge. That should keep him occupied for a little bit. Cost me mine, but that was worth it. That's my first death, I think. That let us get so many more points on the middle objective there. Oh, also, yellow never wins. I've just remembered, yellow never wins. Heat exhaustion has been a grand bitch for me this year. And the problem is as well with this Kremlik that it hasn't actually been hot for long. It's just been insanely hot while it's been hot. You know, we haven't had a particularly long, quote, summer this year. Like, what, 10 days, if that? But it's been insanely warm and just consistent during that time. A fucking nightmare. Right, I'll go that way. We need to head north and help them out as quick as we can. Blue is absolutely battering into red. And that's the only reason they haven't won already. Oh shit, red just got a massive boost down on that. We need to get to middle and fight them. Hey, Krem, I was in a random PvP with Argeek yesterday. Genuinely, it was him. I was like, oh, that's got same name as... Wait a minute. As many people as we can harassing red down there and back out as soon as blue come in. And that blue. We don't have the manpower to rush them. Don't do it. Nope. Was watching the map they got in behind us. Which means red have probably won that now, because they're going to dominate and clean us up for 3 points, and then get a couple of points off there. No, it was literally in my team. He was in my party. I was following him around, helping him. I was just watching him. I think he was playing Ninja. I just watched him dive in, and I just supported him the entire time, essentially. Yeah, I saw it. It was right at the start, and I saw him. Oh, that guy's got the same name as Argeek. And wait a minute, that is Argeek. I recognise that tune. You're going nowhere, motherfucker. I ain't going out with a limit break on me. Friendlies. If we get all of this, we win. If they don't get a single point on this, we win. Come on, just don't lose any more people. Don't go below 200. Oh, it's only 200. I thought it was 4. Damn. Okay, right, we're fucked. Because Reds have got that, and they've got 200 points out of it. We need to kill Red, or we're losing. Don't fight Blue, fight Red. Don't fight Blue. Fighting Blue just helps the Red. Dumbasses. Oh well. Second place is pretty good. I know you well. I got 4 kills, 10 assists. That's about on par with what I should be doing. Right, I'm going to have to blur my screen a second while I just sort an add-on out. Give me a moment. Almond installed. Twitch settings. Get off. Maybe you can't save this as a permanent. Next chat. Wasted space. No. T channel. Katie's Ender. Next channel. Katie's Ender. There we go. Nice and simple. Right. So, hunting. We also kind of want to be queuing as our dungeons. We've got no one on bonus, though, sadly. Oh, take that off. It's a Southie. How you doing, South? You alright? Right. I have my daily hunts. Weekly doesn't reset until Tuesday, right? Yeah. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. What are we doing today? Hope you are also enjoying the cool. Because I don't know. don't know about you guys, but I'm sitting on 22 in the office, which means it's probably close to 16 outside. And about to rain, which is awesome. Right. Noticactois are quite far away. Lobos should be... Where am I? I'm turned around. Lobos should be right here. How do I play Machinist? Oh, that's right. Lots of proc effects, isn't it? Was are really far away, if I remember rightly. They are... over here, I think. One of these two. That looks appropriate. That looks fine. That looks right. It's nice and cool and rainy for you. Nice. 24 here in direct sunlight. Rain is happening at night, hopefully. So it's coming north to south, is it? Yeah, I'm sat under the rain clouds, but there's no rain yet. Oh, that's right. I have my big robot guy now as well. Forgot about him. Oh, right. Yes, no, I forgot about that. There's a specific combo you do with that where you hit them once, hit them twice, and then explode the... Sorry, no, you hit them once, off cooldown them, then hit them again. Yeah, I completely forgot to play. I have no idea how to play this character class. That's this area done. And then we go to Kozuma Uka. But yeah, I am glad the heat has, for all intents and purposes, backed off. Right, we got a Widowmaker, who I think is... Widowmakers are down here somewhere. Lowlands, I know where they are. They're close by. Lowlands are just outside town, because I used to encounter those while I was farming my wood, which is how I made most of my money early game. Literally selling the wood from this area. There we go. Just need the one of those. You want your best gear, actually. Probably check that. Okay, go on. Lesser Apollonians are south. I know those. I think the Ochus are down there as well. I can't quite remember. Let's pop a thing on for them. They're over towards the middle. Okay. No, why could you see my cursor there? Grab these while we're nearby, then. Or are they... I know, they're over near the other town. We can just teleport to those. I think they're near the Widowmakers, then. Where's the ruins? There we go. There should be a ruined building around here, and the Apollonians around that. Again, I know this because I farmed them. Bioblaster. I thought I had Bioblaster as part of my rotation. Bioblasters are AoE. Should be thinking of PvP. One more of those. Oh, never mind. I should probably be flying when I enter, so I don't get ambushed instantly as soon as I exit. That would be smart. Whee! Up by the hair on my spinny spin spin. I have no snacks. Why do I have no snacks? I'm playing an MMO on a Sunday with no snacks. Let's get some after this dungeon. Come on, Dups. Either join or get out. And we'll just replace it. There we go. What have you all been up to today? What is your Sunday game of choice? Ah, damn it. Let's have a tender. That sucks. And the guy is in the cutscene, which means it's his first time. You can dance if you want to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop it. I did a bit of Destiny, relics. Was finishing up before content switch in 9 days. Was it 9 days? I didn't realise it was that close. Wrong one. It's so flashy. The screen is always so busy when I'm playing Dancer. One of the new powers is Morph Ball. Hey, go for it. As long as it's not for the Titan. Titan and Morph Ball would be unstoppable. I only ever played Destiny 2, and I only ever played the OG, not any of the expansions. But when I got to the end game, I started playing PvP. And my team started calling me the linebacker, because the whole point of my Titan was get the ball and beat people with it. Oh, all classes get it. Okay. Right, this one's a bit of a weird one where all of his moves expand. I always fuck up on this one. $10,000 needles. You've got to aim for the wide ones because the small ones disappear. Move and then switch to dance. Perfect timing. I want to go near the ones with the flowers, if I remember rightly. Oh, sorry, without the flowers. They don't go bigger. dance protocol, a little late, but fine. Not like I'm raiding and need optimal DPS rotations. You know what I mean? Every AoE he has expands just before it hits. Shit, it's been dance timing. Are you on pushy mode, or are you not? Oh god. Now I can focus on my DPS again. I panicked there. Completely messed up my rotation on that. Wasn't sure which order they were going in, and that screwed me up. Fuck. I went out the arena. Go yourself. Woo! That was close. That was a fuck up on my part, and only a quick reaction from both me and the healer actually kept me alive there. You want to play it? It's good. It's really good. Oh, is it though? That's the thing. It's actually been knocked off the top spot. It's no longer the most. It's no longer the highest rated game on PS5. Death Stranding 2 knocked it off. So while it's definitely a contender for Game of the Year, and it certainly will be mine, Death Stranding is actually looking to take it. And I also think this will be one of the first years that Final Fantasy XIV doesn't get the best ongoing. You know, it doesn't even get a nomination. Because honestly, this expansion has not been liked by a lot of people. I'm going to have to get, when I'm playing this, I'm going to have to get one of those overlays that shows you guys my button inputs. Because I would love to see... I would love to show you how my fingers are dancing across this fucking pad at times. I'm going to remember what else came out this year. Like, what else could be a contender? Borderlands 4's due soon, so that could also take a good spot. So on this one, you've got to avoid where the bombs land, but also if they go in a hole, they come out the matching tubes. This spot here is basically a free win for ranged. You can just stand here and hardly have to move ever. Don't do it. We're on square, so we go here. Back into my line. Yeah, I found this when I was coming through here the first time, and I was like, why am I not just standing over there? That seems like the easy place to stand. So we're in circle, so we go here. Ooh, she's got a massive whiff of petrichor on that breeze. Square, so we actually do need to move this time. One of the few times I can't afford to stay there. Seconds still. Ali. It should be about the finishing blow. Shit, propaganda just as he died. BL4 will certainly be best shoot. I mean, it could not. People were pissed off with Borderlands 3 by the end of it, and they're already not happy about Borderlands 4. So I wouldn't actually bank on. What am I doing? I wouldn't actually bank on Borderlands getting a win there. I'm guessing this is current patch dungeon, still doing... no, this is older. This is 7.1, I think. This was the first set of post-game. I haven't unlocked the new ones yet. One of the things I'm going through and doing. I can't remember if this came out just before or just after the first raids. I think it came out after the first raids, but before the first Savage. Sorry, no, after the second raids, but before the second Savage. Whee!
Guardians of the Sanctuary, in the name of the Great Serpent, I bid you awaken. Open your eyes.
You'll recognize this boss, though. This mechanic. This has been in a few. Where are we standing? Standing here? Oh, no, change to blacksmith. Oh, hello. Out of that. Shit, wasn't paying attention. I'm alright. Oh, it hit me. Damn. And also, you might recognize the boss. Great Serpents for the win! Ah, shit, he's on cutscene. I didn't realise that. Should have paid attention. Oh, thank you for going. Thank you. You're a legend. I'm getting absolutely shit tier procs on this run. Bum. Bye, boys. You're doing back and forth. If you're doing back and forth, I'm safe here. You are safe here. Oh, not quite. Just got in that in time. The roundabouts are... I did that wrong. The roundabouts are wider than I thought they were. Oh, went a bit too far there. Here is safe.
GG.
New player, didn't die the entire dungeon. You get a commend. Enjoy. His first time in, that was good. I will always commend where commends are due. Right, so what we're fighting, Apollonians, wasn't we? Burst damage on a machinist is insane. Okay, then we can teleport over here. Ah, they're all right next to each other. That is good. So, we go this way first. Meow. Ah, robot is the what I'm spending my blue on. What am I spending my orange on? Gramlick, how do you machinist? What's the orange bar build up for? Those, and then north for the Uots. Yoo-hoo! Weirdly, this particular creature is not quite an Ochu, but I kind of like them. I like the Ochu designs. That kind of vibe of creature. Burst fire. What's burst fire? Oh, that's right. When it fills up, it changes one of your things, doesn't it? No. Why hasn't it gone over? What's my burst fire button? Not that one. Not that one. I think this is my AoEs. What's burst fire? Crossbow can only be executed while overheated. That's right, I need to go into overheat, don't I? Can only be executed while overheated. Where was AoE? Tom Queen, Queen Overdrive. How do I gain overheat? I mean, I know how I build it up, but how do I proc it? Grants 5 stacks of overheat. Right, okay, so it's that. No. There, okay. Gotcha. I know where that is now. Cool. Thank you. Now we are into Yoktal Mamu. Oh, right. We are into Dungan. Right, we need moths. I don't know where the Yaktal squib is. I think that's up north. And that's the closest one.
Hoi.
It's always the DPS that's viewing cutscene. I want to buff you, damn it. It's Kremlik. Can I what, sir? Yes, I just needed. Once I found the move that triggered it, I just needed to know where on my bar it was, and it's left trigger circle. Oh no, it's a low end dungeon. I don't get to do my dance partner. Boo. No, that's fine. Oh, actually, hang on. For some reason, you're not actually coming through my Discord. Let me change my audio. Oh, it's this dungeon. Oh god, Jeff's here. Run from Jeff. Run from Jeff. No, sorry, not Jeff. Tony. This one was Tony.
I'm calling back to my say hello to Jeff currently, so yes.
There we go.
Yeah, in case what people wonder what I'm currently doing, I'm currently farming the Devil's Run Strike at speedrun mode because Zero currently has the Jotun Catalyst. And he's in tokens.
Yeah.
And we've got like a weekend to do it in, so yeah.
Yeah, that would be a crack on then, I think. Are you aware that the next Moogle Tombstones is coming up like this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want those coffee mug earrings.
Yeah, I don't really do earrings in this game, but I do want the Mog earrings. Every time I come back to this game after a little bit of absence, I'll end up playing my Summoner because that's what I've been leveling and honestly quite enjoying recently. And every time, like, all the way through the time I'm playing it for like the first couple of hours, I'm like, why the fuck am I hearing a random Moogle noise? Just every now and again I hear woohoo and woohoo. What the fuck is doing that? And then I remember I've got a Moogle weapon, so every time I sheath and unsheath it, it makes the noise. But for about an hour, I'm like, what is making that goddamn noise? Chat, you let me know if you can hear Kremlik okay, because obviously sound settings have clearly been changed since last time I was in Discord.
Currently I've gone off some of that because there hasn't been much changes between expansions.
Yeah, I hit level 100 on it yesterday,
Why look out, no catching?
and I was like, you know what, I finally got my Lunar Bahamut, a Solar Bahamut, sorry, which I was like, okay, cool, finally, I understand where I get that from now, that makes more sense.
The sword hammer, yes.
But the thing that annoys
Run,
me is,
run, run.
why do I have to have the set, why do I have to have Titan, Ifrit, and Garuda? I don't want Titan, Ifrit, and Garuda. I would happily replace Bahamut with Odin. They're the same creature. They both have a big blast that does high damage. They both have a spam attack. So why do I have to have Bahamut? Why can't I have Odin? I'll keep Phoenix. I love Phoenix. I've got no qualms about Phoenix.
The part of that rotation is creepy, so I'm fine with that. The issue I have is that basically both Bahamut places are exactly the same. There is very little difference between the two.
Yeah.
All they've done is give us a third phase for no valleys.
It's slightly more damage. It gives you a buff, I guess. But I definitely understand that. But like, it would be much better if they went, right, here are one summon of each element. You have a fire, a wind, an earth, a water. You've got Leviathan, Ifrit, Typhon, Siren, that kind of thing. Pick 3.
Which they did do. Because that's a nice thing I like about the new summon, because cycling between Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan just give a different moveset. It does actually feel different.
Yeah. Well, my point is, why can't I have? Why can't I go? Actually, I want a lot of mobile moves, so I'm going to take Garuda, Titan, and Leviathan because they're very mobile. Why can't I drop Ifrit so I don't have to have that long cast time? Or actually, no, I'm going into a raid, so I really, really want the high damage. Standing still isn't a problem. I'll take the cast times. Let me customize that. Let me have. I mean, I'll be honest. Let me have. I would probably take Leviathan, Bismarck, Odin instead of Bahamut, and I don't know who I'd take as my last one. Actually, it probably wouldn't be. I'd probably Shiva. I'd probably take Shiva because I like Shiva.
So basically, you want a class that has a utility element that can rotate out the positive effects.
I mean, not even that. To be fair, even if it was just cosmetic, I'd be happy. If it was just here are 10 summons. 4 of them are your high end. You can only have a choice of Bahamut, Phoenix, Odin, and Arc, let's say. And then the other 6 are your low end. You can choose 3. You've got Titan, Leviathan, Bismarck. No, not Bismarck, he's water as well. Garuda,
Yeah.
They're completely cosmetic. Whichever one you put in this slot is you can move while casting. Whichever one you put in this slot is you get a freebie after each cast. And whichever one you put in this slot is you have a cast time and a charge. And it's entirely cosmetic. That's all I want.
Yeah. I think it's basically because of the same. They did have the Iggy system as well, which is carbon.
Yeah.
I think it's more the case that they didn't want to plug the game with too many animations for size purposes.
It wouldn't matter because you're still only getting the same amount of animations per summoner. You're just changing what it looks like. And for anybody who doesn't like the animations, you can turn it off.
Yeah.
You can minimize those. So.
Uncompressed textures. That's all I'm gonna say.
It wouldn't even need to be an uncompressed texture. It could just be a fucking color swap. Here is an ethereal burst. It is red to represent Ifrit. Here is an ethereal burst. It is white to represent Garuda. It literally would just be a color palette tint. It wouldn't take up any additional megabytes.
again, I think they're trying to, I think they're kind of giving up with it because this is the third iteration of something.
Yeah, I mean, Summoner does get changed a lot, and
Yeah.
the ones we got are mainly there for story. But how cool would it be if you just use the attacks from, you know, let's say it is a texture issue. Okay, I want Mini Mog. I want Mog as my summon. So, cool, I'm having Mog. I'm using his Mog attack. He does exactly the same damage. It's no additional features. It just looks like a Mog rushing it.
Much honor in
Yeah,
death
but
by
I
old
think
magics of
I think
Mooljack.
I think the reason behind it is mainly because it's Blue Mage. You said you got Blue Mage. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I think this is I can agree with that for sure, but I think there's actually a knock-on effect from it as well, and Summoner is why we're not getting Beastmaster.
I think Beastmaster is still a limited job.
Yeah, I expect it to be, but I think the trouble they've had balancing Summoner is why they're not doing Beastmaster.
Yeah. I completely agree. I honestly think we're going to get Blue Mage before we get Beastmaster.
Blue Mage, green.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. No.
we definitely got Blue Mage before
Yeah,
Beastmaster.
but my brain just remembered that Blue Mage also had the time stuff, the modern stuff. So yeah. Okay, Temple of Angels, yeah. Because we've already got Dancer, which does boss. Why don't we have that? Just have Time Mage.
You leave my Dancer alone. Don't touch it. It's perfect. It
Yeah,
is the lowest DPS possible, but boy does it make Reapers into absolute fucking machines.
Yeah, but and that's what I mean. We've got essentially Dancer is the melee equivalent, whereas Green Mage would be the caster equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We do. I think the next one we're going to get is going to be a ranged DPS, though. Ranged physical. Whatever it is, it's going to be a ranged physical. Which, no, I think it's going to be pure physical, no magic at all. Because we only... you have 4 tanks, 4 healers, 5 melee DPS, and then 3 range DPS. So I think range DPS is the next, and I'm actually tempted to say it's going to be an Arbalest.
Ooh.
I would expect them to do something that is not stepping on anybody else's toes, but we don't have an archer. We realistically don't have an archer, a proper one. You know, even Bard is kind of not really. So I'm kind of expecting.
May have a hunter.
No, I don't think we'll have a hunter because I think hunter will step on Beastmaster too much. So I think we will have an Arbalest. Somebody whose entire job is to sit back and do really long wind-ups, high damage. There's no burst, and all of his stuff is like really, really interruptible, but it's all low damage, long shots, high proc rate. So it'll be one long cast followed by a quick attack. One long cast followed by a quick attack. I expect to see Arbalest. I don't think we will, but I think that's good. I think something like that is sort of a ranged physical DPS is going to be the next one because they always like to keep things balanced. So I love this fight. There's a lot of times where you see people go, "Oh, we'll just pull this entire pack," and don't realize how strong this abscess is.
Oh, it's just one block. Yes, it's just one block for a reason. No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see green. The 3 I want to see are Green Mage, Beastmaster, and Geomancer. I would probably look at maining a Geomancer if it was done right. Because I love Geomancer. It's such a fun. Hey, you've got this ability, have you? Cool. Have it back in the face times 2. Fuck you. And I think it would be quite interesting to have a. It would be quite interesting to have a Geomancer as a tank. I think having it actually, a mechanic where you stand in AoEs to reflect a portion of that damage back at them.
Yeah, so reflect is actually used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you get hit by an attack, you then get, that procs a instant, an off global cooldown counter, essentially.
Yeah. So basically,
great.
what you need for Geomancer is basically you're at range, you throw down your totem, stun your totums too, and then your totems end up blocking stuff. But your totems are also range down.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, you're in melee, kicking the crap out of it, and whenever they do an AoE, you drop a totem, dive back out, the totem takes the hit and enhances you, and then you go back in again. I think that would be so much fun.
Mobility is they've got mobility down. They just need to make sure that it can actually freeze bigger to work on constant control.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they can get healer to work on controller, they can get anything. Like, that shit is insane. How the fuck are you healing on a pad? That's nuts.
Into pulp? Yes.
Again, when we bought the first happened, I was white mage on pad. Just like, how is this working?
Yeah.
It was so much easier.
I haven't unlocked... I've got Blue Mage, which obviously isn't a real class, and I haven't unlocked Viper or Picto yet. But they unlock at like level 70 or something.
Yeah.
So technically, Conjurer, White Mage, is my only level 1 class. It's the only one I've never played.
Kill them now. Sick ones make sickness. Brother, behave. So badly will they hate.
Yeah. Well, I need to try Picto because that's part of the Big Six group. Because if anybody hadn't noticed what I'm meaning is Monk, Machinist, and Summoner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why this has just come to me as well. They could quite easily do a limited job freelancer. That could be quite fun. Where like you join a party and you basically get a set of abilities based on the rest of the party. So if the rest of the party is missing a ranged caster, your moves become ranged. If you're missing a melee DPS, your moves become melee.
What is Go-Go class?
Which game?
6.
No idea. No idea.
Because my thinking with him, with that class, because he's able to mimic other abilities, is essentially whoever's in your class, whoever's in your team, you get to pick one of their abilities.
Oh, he was the
Yes.
he was the guy who was on the raft with you, wasn't he? That could free heal. Old guy, really powerful when you first get him, but scales really badly.
No.
Who's that?
That's...
How?
I can't think of things on the spot. I hate this.
Xanon? No.
Rune's grandfather.
Brother,
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. No, I don't remember who he is then. I've only played 6 once, and I don't particularly remember it. I remember it being good, but... Player command. Didn't take much damage, didn't need a revive, so tank gets the heal. Well done.
Strega.
I guess the command.
That's his name. That's his name. I remember now. It's Strega. Yeah. Because that's Realm's grandfather.
Yes.
No, Go-Go is yeah.
Oh, yes, the guy in the wrap-up who his entire thing is a mimic.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So
I think his class was mimic.
Yeah. So basically, whoever's in your team, you get to pick abilities from. So if you got you got like a dark knight, a bard, and let's say a dark knight, a bard, and a white mage, you get to pick one heal, one tank, and one range ability.
That would be quite interesting, actually. Maybe not pick, because that means you're actually having to spend downtime at the start of every party. But you know, if your tank slot is X, this move becomes X.
Yeah.
If your healer slot is Y, this move becomes Y, and then your alternate DPS is obviously the same. The first DPS in the group is other than you is what you get, and you have that's a combo rotation rather than a base attack. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Yaktal Squibs. I think they're up here.
So basically, all your tank abilities would be kind of defensive.
Yeah, so you get one defensive ability, one buff
One
ability,
Yeah.
and a aggressive combo.
Yeah.
And your tank and your have him as a mid-range buffer, so that you do your combo, and then it puts the tank or the healer ability onto a GCD.
Yeah.
Onto a off global cooldown. So it's combo, defense, combo, buff, combo, defense. And that's your rotation. You play it a bit like a gun lancer, where it's 3 hits and then a utility. I've lost you. Where are you? I don't know where you are. You are over here. I was right vague direction, wrong actual direction. Yeah, I could see that working. I could see that working very well. I mean, the thing is, we're never going to be able to guess what they're bringing out until we know what story vibe they're going for. Because obviously, Shadowbringers, we got the Dark Knight. This one is very, very heavily into Final Fantasy IX's lore. So we got the Viper, we got Zidane. So until we know what they're actually planning with the story, we can't really predict what it's going to be. Because it will probably be something from that game.
Plus the fact that, as shown with the Viper, they can create brand new classes out of teams.
Everyone says that, and I don't think they did create a brand new class. They just changed the name of what Zidane's class was. They basically gave Zidane a class. Rather than him being a thief, they turned him into a Viper. Nothing this Viper does is realistically any different, it's just how they do it. You know, Zidane was always mainly attacking, but in certain situations had a big melee hit, had a big magic hit.
Yeah.
It's just they've changed how he does it realistically. But I mean, they have obviously proven in the past that they can build classes out of nothing because they've done it in the past. The Machinist existed in this before it existed in 15.
But the Machinist already existed.
Did it? I thought that was built for this.
It's Edgar from 6.
Yeah, I guess. I never really thought of it like that.
He is classed as a Machinist.
Yeah.
Again, hence the reason why what I mean is also Machinist.
Well, I mean, again, to be fair, if we're going to be absolutely fair to them, we know that they can build classes out of nothing because they do it for every class. Every class in every Final Fantasy was originally not in a game. At some point, they did build it out of nothing. Yup.
I'm just waiting for the day where they go, this expansion, not a new class, but there's a brand new feature. And they start adding new features to, add depth to every class.
I think if they ever do a stat squish, you know, let's say we get to level 130 or something like that, and they're like, okay, next expansion is going to be level 140. We don't want to be level 140. We're going to stat squish you all like Warcraft did, knock your level down so that every expansion is going to take you back up to 100. You know, you'll drop to 90, go to 100. Next expansion comes, you drop to 90, go to 100. And what they do instead is give us a third level of progression.
And I trust you can hear
So your dancer can go into a performer. Your bard can go into an entertainer. And they enhance it that way.
Yeah, so we're getting a tri-class system, essentially speaking.
Yeah, or rather give every class a secondary. So, you know, like some Summoner goes into, or Arcanist goes into 2. Give everybody that.
Yeah. But, yeah, the thing is, the nice thing is with 14 is they've already got the PvP system separate, so they can go whatever they like with the PvP.
Yeah.
Without
I don't remember this dungeon. Well, the main reason I want to see them do that is eventually this game is going to get sunset. They're going to sunset this game at some point. They're gonna decide it's no longer viable. They're going to come up with a new MMO. Whatever they do, this game will go away. And if you give every single class a different role alternate, so let's go really silly. your dancer can become a tank. You have a dancer who is an evasion tank. Their entire purpose is to just dodge. And all of the current endgame classes have an alternate role. You can have a white mage who is purely into DPS. You can have a dark knight who goes really aggressive kind of thing and isn't a tank anymore.
Yeah, I'm just thinking which already has a thief type class that actually tanks.
Well, Warcraft did at one point in TBC. There was a couple of I think it was Gron. You had to evasion tank that shit. You couldn't actually take the hits. But then when the game eventually goes offline and it's just the diehards who are still playing it long past its due, like they are with 11. Every single person isn't waiting for a party. I like my dancer. I want to play as dancer, but I need a tank, so I'm going to roll it. So I'm going to play it as a tank today. And you do what you kind of go towards a little bit what Elder Scrolls Online has done, where classes aren't a role, and you let each class have a thing to be a different role to give them a little more viability. So that as the player base wanes, the queues don't grow.
Well, they've already had to go and hide them now, considering they're no longer in classes. So they now got the just back. So everybody's fully some what the I can't remember the role. It's not using pets. But everybody's using pet classes secondary, so it's kind of completely insane. So it's like
In a rush of familiar
But I like that, and for a game that is
sign takes form.
a game that is going to die one day. That just means that anybody who wants to keep playing can do so solo, without having to worry about I've got to do this, I've got to do that. It's okay. This dungeon's been pretty hard. I'm going to switch to tank and go through it. This dungeon's been a lot easier, so I'm going to go DPS and just mill my way through it. Oh, my friend wants to play as well. I'll just switch to healer and back him up.
So it's more about the build craft than it is about the actual class. So you're looking at, you want to be more like a Diablo or Destiny.
Exactly.
Yeah, class system.
But yeah, and I'm not saying give everything. You know, there shouldn't be a if dancer gets tank, it shouldn't also get healer. It's everything has two. It can be a DPS or a tank, a DPS or a healer, a tank or a healer.
Well, again, you can give everybody everything. You just look out. You say basically if you can.
Bear
You
my
go,
pain onto my
like
enemy's
a
breast.
point
I bleed.
score, basically don't have a certain amount of slot. That's the way like Guild Wars, Destiny, and Diablo Day. Limited by slot. So you can't have everything, but you can actually go around that.
Yeah. Unless they're intending on, really heavily. If you do it on two classes, it's a lot easier for you to go, okay, this core mechanic for this class is changed. I don't choose a player as a dance partner. I choose an enemy as a dance partner, and I generate significantly more threat and damage against that enemy.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do that with a dancer and make it a healer, you would have to go. I don't know how you do it. Your dance partner really wouldn't take effect then. Why am I doing this? I'm doing the wrong build. Your dance partner wouldn't really change, so you'd have to make it so that your attacks do less, but anything they pass through also heals. So it's all about positioning, kind of thing. So if you're going to do everything has everything, you've got to stick with the exact same moveset and give them different mechanics based on your stats.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just have each can be two, it gives you a chance to play around a bit more, and okay, I want to play a tank because it's more fun than a DPS, rather than just it's the same thing but different. Shit.
But again, that's all right. The only way I can see it doing these things is that you don't classes, but you have the build. But whatever you pick skill wise, then has your class. So if you want to be tank healer, you have to come out with it. If you want to be DPS. Range.
I will say I don't want multi-classing. I don't want, I am a DPS that also heals. No, fuck that shit. It ruined Warcraft. I never want to see that again. Guild Wars is the only one that's ever done it right. It's not worth It's not worth the risk. Just let me pick a role.
But then that's more like Destiny, where you have set roles and everything.
Guys,
As the game expands, you get more skill sets.
Yeah.
Follow the flow of evil. It will guide you.
Yeah, and that's what I want. I want to load in my dancer and go,
There's 2 dens.
okay,
Losing you.
looking at today's duty roster, we are in need of tanks, so I am going to switch to tank.
Yeah.
And the only mechanic that changes is that I dance with the enemy and I don't dance with a partner.
Yeah.
That's it. That's I don't want
Well, again-
anything more than that.
Yeah. Again, you're talking about more Diablo Destiny type game where every class has the ability to do it. You know, you have this. You have to literally.
Yeah. But again, don't give everybody everything.
In
Make
a
it so that your
familiar affection,
your
the
class
memory of
choice
the
still
valiant
matters.
icon takes
You know,
form.
yes, I'm a dancer, so I can be. What is that? I'm a dancer, so I've got access to these two. I'm a black mage, so I've got access to these two, kind of thing. It's I don't want everybody to be everything, because that waters down the game so the community doesn't matter. You know,
Yeah.
everybody can be everything. Okay, so we're going to get a party of 4. Today I'm going to be tank. You know, I can just be. I've got no need
In
to
a rush of
change
familiar
class.
delight, the memory of a
because
time
I'm
of
everything
night takes
already.
form.
Well, again, being at Destiny with the whole Titan Hunter Warlock thing, we have the same archetype. You can do similar type of damage. It's just that the base skill sets are different.
Yeah.
Titan's going to put up shields, Warlock's going to heal, and Hunter's going to stuff.
I mean, I can't speak to Destiny's way of doing things. When I played it, you had more specific roles. You know, Titan was a tank or a DPS. That's how it was. You didn't have a healer Titan. That was just silly.
No, you still don't have humans.
Yeah.
Because the game is balanced on fire. Unfortunately, fire teams and Titan put shields, which these days are completely useless because we've got things that fly in the air now.
But,
So, like, what's the point?
but either way, it's what Destiny has done to its game and its lore and its gameplay. I don't think we should be taking advice from them on anything.
Actually, the Lord is King
As my
play is
life
so
belongs
solid.
to the
It's the
Empire.
management. That's
And
the
death
issue.
I shall
To be
serve.
honest, there's nothing wrong with the game. It's all to do with the. It's all to do with the.
Nothing wrong.
Higher end. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the game that a dev team transplant wouldn't fix.
Well, it's not. To be honest, it's not their cheap transplant. It's like, oh look, these good writers we have. Find them all. Why? Oh, we're going to need money. Why? Oh, because our
I
pet
will
project.
fulfill my
That's-
duty ere I
that-
rest.
We call it
I
doing.
must.
Needs money. That's what's actually happening.
Yeah.
You will fall to Tartarus.
Which is unfortunate. But
Oh God!
that's not.
I forgot what this boss does. Thank you.
Again, it's like wow, there's nothing wrong with WoW itself. It's just that somebody decided, oh wait, we're going to just have an entire saga built on one character.
No, I disagree with that. There is something wrong with WoW, and that's that they made servers important, and then later made servers not important.
Crumble before me.
The fact that you can just join PvP, fine. I had no problem with cross-realm PvP, but
Yeah.
cross-realm and cross-faction raiding, no, not interested.
It's more the case of the numbers. They realised that it's basically heavily balanced to one faction and the other per
Yeah.
server.
And that in itself is the problem. The fact that they went, okay, we want PvE to be balanced on every single server, so we're doing X, was the death of the game. Instead of going, we don't care about the PvE. If you want to join a server that is 99% Horde and play as Alliance, we don't care. That is your choice. But the PvP will always be balanced. That's all it needed. And by ignoring their own lore, by ignoring their own lore, oh God, and putting in mechanics that went against that, they showed that they didn't care for their game, and the player base reacted to that by not playing a game that the devs didn't care about.
Well, the thing is, the player base doesn't care about the law. Why do you want to keep on thinking Alliance are the good guys?
well, you can care about the law and be dumb. Look at the boys. People genuinely thought that the boys was a take on Trump, and were like, yeah, go Trump, go Homelander. Like, you do realize this is satire, right?
And you do realize Homelander is the antagonist of the series.
Yeah. But there's so many people who, the reason that seasons 3 and 4 are so out there fucking crazy is because the writers were sick and tired of people calling Homelander the good guy. People don't care. People read into the law what they want to read into.
My spoilers for the boys, but even season 1 made it clear that Homelander was not a good guy.
But not clear enough to idiots is the problem. They've had to dumb it down so much for season 4, and by this point it's far too late because people still think he's the good guy. People are still like, why can't they just let him? He's trying to save the country. No, he's not. He's trying to ruin the country for himself. But people don't get that. And the problem is that they're catering to idiots. And the second you cater to idiots, you're dead. A phrase I heard recently that I absolutely rolled on the floor laughing about. I was in a meeting at work, and there's a guy I work with who is renowned for not being the smartest tool in the shed. And he'll ask the same question multiple times and get the same answer multiple times and not remember the answer each next time he needs to do that kind of thing. And one of the night shift managers basically went, look, man, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. And I love that phrase now. I've fallen in love with that phrase. But that's the problem. You can explain the boys or Warcraft or any other MMO to people as much as you want. You can't understand it for them. I genuinely had an argument with, well, I didn't think it was an argument until the guy flipped off and fucking told me to fuck off. I'm like, all right, fine, bye then. But we were talking about Warhammer and how the next Primarch to come back is probably going to be Leman Russ. Now, as a classic Wolf player, I'm like, that is the wrong choice for the lore. Because by doing that, they're changing the lore. He's like, no, they're not. I'm like, no, you don't. Okay, you're not a Wolf player. Maybe you don't know this. That's fine. 3 things that all Wolf players know. Vlaika Fenrika, there are no wolves on Fenris, and Russ only returns for the last battle. Those are the 3 things that every Wolf player will know. If they've even read the Codex, they will know those things.
Well, unfortunately, that Games Workshop don't even give a shit about their law anymore. So.
Exactly. Well, and this was the point I was going for. Like, if they do that, they have changed the law enough to piss off Wolf players yet again. I quit playing Wolves because they pissed me off so much. I'm Necrons now, through and through.
And I quit playing Necrons because I go into the C-Town. I think that was the most interesting thing about the Necrons. That is just generic.
No, the Katana's still in it, dude. The Katana's still Star Gods. And they're still, all of them are still there. The Deceiver, the Nightbringer, the Void. I've got a virtual tabletop army built around the Void Dragon. They all still exist. And they are still Star Gods.
Yeah. Last time I played, according to the law, they defeat them in the prison.
No, they're in prison. The law hasn't changed on... if the law has changed on that, they've reverted it, but it's exactly the same as it was in 3rd Ed.
They may have reverted it because what happened... That's one of the reasons I left.
Yeah, no, that would be a me leaving too, but no, they are back, they are fine.
Yeah. No, they basically removed them from the game because they were being too powerful and too much like chaos.
What? When?
That was their reasoning.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's got to have been after 5th, before 9th, because I know I played up to 5th and I know 9th and 10th. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm actually playing again tonight. But yeah, so we were talking about this, and he was saying, and then we got onto the rest of the Primarchs and who else could they bring back? And I said, which one is it that was, the question I asked was, which one is it that was just a hand? And because was it Vulcan? And they're like, no, that was Rogel Dawn and this, that, and the other. Okay. All right. There's still a chance they could bring Ferrus Manus back. And that's the phrase, that's the statement that caused the argument. This person, I will name no names, and I'm not about throwing people at an opponent. This was an argument between solely me and him. Yeah, I'm not going to name and shame. There's no need for that. There's absolutely no need for that. But he basically said they can't bring Ferrus Manus back. His death on Istavan is foundational. You know, they can't change that. I'm like,
When?
okay. First of all, they can. You know, the people who made that law will eventually stop working at the company. And the new people... Ooh, that's not me, I wasn't paying attention. And the people who join the company may not care that that is foundational. They may have an idea as to... Shit. They may have an idea as to why he can come back. Or they may have misunderstood the law and go, actually, no, he can come back because of this, thus changing the law. And I was like... And I'm pretty sure anyway, he was... When he died, the moment Fulgrim killed him, a demon was created. A demon of spite and hate.
Mm-hmm.
So all they have to do is find a way to make that demon rebirth into him. And that is a in-law canon way of having him come back. You know, they can do that. And the guy went off on one on me, and he's like, no, they can't do that, this, that, and the other. You're wrong, this, that. And I was like, dude, that is some grade A copium. You can't just say that a company cannot change its law, if so facto. That's not an axiomatic statement.
Yeah.
And he responded, I think the exact wording was, you can't call my opinion copium. What the fuck, dude? Fuck off. Like, okay, first of all, not an opinion, you're stating fact incorrectly. Second of all, I certainly can call your opinion copium. Yeah, at that point I stepped away. I was like, you've stopped arguing against my point and started arguing against me. This is no longer an argument I'm interested in.
Yeah. The thing is, unless the law specifically states if you first get like the planet explodes or everything gets done, things will change. Law is, the thing that people don't get is creative writing is creative writing. There is no fixed point. Unless they're already established in the story.
And there's also nothing saying that it can't be a misunderstanding. Okay, Cadia's blown up, is it? The ground cracked, the planet broke before the guard did. Cool. Love it. Love that for them. Absolutely amazing storyline. They now ride around on Rogel Dawn's flagship, which is the Phalanx, and that is Cadia's that is Cadia 2, essentially. Brilliant. Love it. So that's it. Cadia is done. We will never step foot on Cadia again. In three iterations' time, in 13th Ed, what's to say that it was a misunderstanding?
Take this.
What's to say that it wasn't that the planet blew up? It's that it shattered into the warp, and then we find it in the warp, and it comes back.
Yeah.
There is no way to bring Cadia back. Asterix. Every time, asterisk.
Yeah. Because there's always an element. You can always write that out. As long as it makes sense within the law, it isn't completely going against everything that's been said beforehand. You can do whatever you think like.
But even then, that doesn't matter, because it doesn't have to make sense to everybody. Only the people who are writing the law. They're the only people who it has to make sense to. If the person writing the law goes A, B, C, D, there we go, Cadia's back, and every single person on the planet goes, what the fuck are you talking about? That makes absolutely no sense. Doesn't matter. Nobody's opinion matters except the person who creates it. They can retcon that. They can say it was a misunderstanding. They can say, oh, it's only the people in the universe who thought Cadia was destroyed. What are you going to do about it? You can't sue them over it. You can't force them to change it. What are you going to do?
Well, again, look at the history of comics. People are trying to sue the comic creators over less. So, yeah.
Certainly right.
My precious law. It's not your law.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
It has no obligation to conform to your understanding.
This is why I'm not a fan of fandoms. This is why I'm not a fan of fandoms.
Yeah.
Fandoms have decided on themselves that this is what they want. But the problem is they have no creative control over it.
Yeah. Unless they themselves join the company.
Yeah.
At which point they do. But what they understand about the law may not be what the original creators of the law wanted for it. So by joining a company you love, you're capable of ruining the
Hello,
law.
slash.
Shit, it's Zeromus. I don't remember this fight. I do not remember this fight at all.
Good music. Good skybox. That's all. I
Yep.
remember.
Stand aside. I beseech you.
Good storyline, to be honest.
I love anything with
I whisper to return home.
I love anything with Frank in it. Frank's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the main issue of most things these days. People invest in self.
Yeah.
Is something that they have no control of.
They make things a core part of their own personality and then expect it to consistently conform to their understanding and their wishes. And I'm sorry, that is not how that happens at all. That can never be true for any single person. What the fuck happened there?
Love.
I don't know why I died.
I'm purchasing behind you then.
Yeah. And the worst, and this is something that's becoming less and less politically correct to say, but I am never going to back down in saying this. You are not a character in a book. Oh, shit. Just because you like a person, just because you like a character, an animal, an entity, a god, do not care. It is not you. It does not represent you. It is not designed for you. It is not you. Stop it. That is a level of delusion that is dangerous for your psyche and dangerous for your self-development. Please stop it.
The problem is that more people are translation. They can't just do that.
I just ran off the edge. I just literally ran straight off the edge. Well, no one's getting hit by those AoEs.
You're having a bad time.
It's because I'm sat chatting, not really paying attention.
That's one thing. It's more entertaining watching a person failing at it.
Perfection isn't fun.
Yeah.
Perfection is fun, so is terrible. Anything in between is mediocrity.
Yeah. That's the thing. I do not like people who look at me.
Stifled darkness in the mind.
Like, yes, to see the thing from 18 times over.
It's why I really like the thing that. It's why I really like the thing that happened in this, where they basically said you're not allowed to criticize people anymore. You know, you're not even allowed to tell people they're not in tank stance more than once. You can tell them, and if they don't put it on, you are not allowed to say it again. That is a not a bannable offence, but a reportable offence.
The way that's real.
I like it. I absolutely like it. Let people play the way they want. But as a joke from that came the phrase "pay my sub," and I absolutely adore that. That's oh, you're doing it wrong. Pay my sub. What? Pay my sub. And until you do, fuck off. Because it's my game and I'm playing it how I want to play it.
Which is one of the reasons I love the animated thing. Like, oh, you did pay my sub.
Yeah. You didn't pay my sub. When you pay my sub, you can tell me what to do. Until then, silence. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used that a couple of times. Mainly only joking, to be fair. I'm not really the kind of person who engages in that kind of conversation. What? Okay. I don't remember that attack. Oh, I always put a /S or a /J on the end of it. That AoE kept coming. It just wouldn't fuck off.
I'm running. No.
Okay, so I've got to move around it there, and then it's okay. No, I've got to go a little further. Okay. No. What? Go away, please. Go away.
Interesting. I got a friend smoke. So I need to pick up the. I just picked up the Jotun complex. Fired also and hooked it. That's what the other got.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, I am playing Warhammer again tonight. I don't know if you saw the post in tabletop actually. Thursdays are going to become my tabletop night when I'm streaming. I'm hoping they become a community tabletop night even when I'm not streaming. To be fair, people pick up the slack kind of thing.
I'm assuming this is the virtual tabletop.
This is tabletop sim, yeah. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm not collecting again. I'm not. I can't afford it. I just can't.
Yeah.
It'll be on average. It'll be 1,000-point armies most of the time. That takes about 4 hours once you know the rules. So that's like a stream. But the good thing is, having extra people in for like 2v2 or something like that doesn't really extend the time frame much. So that's kind of good. And with it being digital, there's a load of tools for like, okay, here's a website where I build my army. And then we press this button and export it directly into Tabletop Sim. Done. You don't need to go and find the models and do all this. And it's so much fucking easier. And while there are some weird rules in 10, it's definitely, I can see that they've streamlined it a lot. They've made it so much easier for people to understand.
Yeah, with me, it's not a case of I can only do so many hobbies. I can barely do hockey.
Just playing Magic the Gathering before I started on MTGA. That's why I was 20 minutes late. I went to check what time it was, see if I had time for another game, and I was already 20 minutes late. I'm like, oh shit. I picked up the Final Fantasy Magic stuff.
Yeah.
And that came with a digital set of cards. But it says it comes with 2 codes for both decks. And I was like, okay, so I get to play the Sephiroth and the Cloud deck in thingy. That's cool. So I went to put the first code in, and it gave me both decks.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I was watching a content stream, and they were saying the same thing. Oh, Ross, I looked up those codes, so I don't know which one's the ones. And
yeah.
the chat was just saying, they're both decks. They're both random. Like, cool. To be honest, I was tempted to pick up them. I have one.
Do you play?
Now, stupid.
Do you play MTGA?
Arena, yeah.
You want the codes?
I wouldn't mind a code.
I'll send it you after this. I've literally got a spare code that I've been tempted to do a giveaway, but no one in the channel really plays, and I've offered it to Misty, but she doesn't play. I know nobody who plays, so yeah, have a Cloud and Sephiroth deck. I don't care.
Yeah. I picked up the 6th command deck beyond 6. I was looking for 14 stars, but looking at the price like
Yeah, I picked up the 14 command deck, the booster, the starter set, and the special edition pack kind of thing. I actually got a confirmation yesterday that my commander deck will be arriving 20th of August.
GG time.
It's not the case of it's for people that don't know, the commander deck's 70 quid on its own.
Yeah. I got mine from France, so I got it a little bit cheaper, but not much.
Which if it's 20 quid above the average commander deck, and because it's 10 pound higher than a standard cross Beyond Walls deck. So basically, they're milking fun of us because they know it's up for.
Yeah. I imagine that's mainly because Square Enix wanted a higher cut, so they just passed the lack of savings on to us.
Yeah.
Same happened with Games Workshop. I paid the exact same price for my Tyranid deck. Well, there's a point. The Tyranid deck should have had a code in as well, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
I bet I've lost that. I bet I've thrown that away. I don't know where my box is for that anymore.
If Tyranid deck was with the starter deck, yes, it would do. If it's a commander deck, it won't.
Ah, okay. Commanders don't get it. Okay.
Yeah, commanders don't get it. Because commander doesn't exist in the arena.
It does. It's called Brawl. It's called Brawl.
Mm.
I think it's called Brawl Standard.
Oh, yeah, because last time I checked, there wasn't a variant.
Yeah, I've built myself a well, I've designed myself. I haven't built it yet 'cause I don't have the cards. I've designed myself a black green Genova Chocobo deck. But it's exactly the same rules. It's still only 1v1, sadly. But standard Brawl is Commander.
Yeah, that's what my local thing. I bought the 6 commander deck. It contains all the characters from the game, and I was happy. And my friend just gave me, oh, thanks for your help with sorting out the cost and everything. And so gave me a booster for the full art character.
Nice.
So like, yeah, that's what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dual-sided one. So you get Kafka and then Kafka. Side. Like, yes.
I went out for a bite to eat with some mates the other day, and one of my mates is a big fan of Sixth, but he specifically loves the suplex the train meme.
Yeah.
And I got the Phantom Engine card.
Yeah, the one that has the ban.
Yeah. So I took it with us and passed it to him, and he's like, "Oh no! How am I going to suplex it now?" Reached into my pocket, pulled out the suplex card, and handed him that as well. I said, I hope you know that I got 2 of those suplexes, so I'm not actually down a card there. However, I only got 1 of those Phantom Trains, so I don't have a duplicate of that. That's my only copy.
Yeah, I was laughing at during the launch of it because Rebecca Ford from that one's Rebecca Ford, who runs basically Warframe, she's the head of Warframe, Spaceman. She basically cosplayed Kafka during a pack up, and she literally said, because she kept getting dancing mad all the time.
I got about 3 of them.
Yeah. She said, if I pull another one before I pull an edit, I'm going to eat the next card. So she pulled another one, ends up eating it literally on stream, and then as soon as she's finished eating it, she pulls a foil version. And just starts laughing hysterically.
I can't remember which foils I got. I got some nice foils, actually. The box should be here. Actually.
Yeah, unfortunately for Rebecca, it took her 5 boxes to find one MXL.
So the collector's cards things, they're not actual playables.
Yeah.
I got Zidane, Vivi, and Stiltskin. Couldn't have asked for a better 3.
Yeah.
Like 3 of my favourite characters. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I got Stiltskin from my drawer as well, so I've got to find a little frame for him.
Yeah.
Today.
I'm tempted to resin seal them, if I'm honest. Might do that. Because I got the big box thing, I got a couple of guaranteed shinies, which is Ambrosia, the White Chocobo, Urianger, 1 of each of the lands in shiny, which is really nice. And there's a lot of fucking lands.
Oh yeah.
I got a shiny Goganga, shiny Ifrit, Cloud of Darkness, Vane's Treachery, Card Collection, which I was going to give to a mate, but I gave him a standard one instead. Cactuar, Ice Flan, I got the Laughing Mad as well. Rise the Shupov, Blitzball, and a spare shiny island as well. And I also got Full Art, Promise Fulfilled, Noctis, Bart's, and Newfound Adventure. So I got a really good haul. I can't complain at it at all.
Yeah, I didn't end up with the foil version, but I did get a You Not Alone card.
Oh, you got the You Are Not Alone?
Yeah, and Phyton as well. So
nice.
2 tracks I like. And I get to explain, saying to a friend, these cards are battle tracks.
Have you heard Erutan? There's an artist, a musician called Erutan, Erutan, Tan. She does an absolutely gorgeous vocal version of You Are Not Alone. It is one of my favourite tracks on YouTube. Yeah, just search Erutan, You Are Not Alone. Yeah, she does an absolutely gorgeous version of it.
cycling back to 14, the game I thought that I was saying before we went on this massive tangent. Basically, when they stop adding classes, I think the first thing they should add is trans.
Using cover on Sage Cat.
Ooh, I'm with you, but I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be trans. Pardon the pun. I don't think they should limit it to that. I think you should get a choice. I mean, we've already got limit break.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah.
What if we had all of them?
Yeah.
What if we had our own personal limit break, and we also had the option
yeah.
of trance and?
No, but that's what I mean. In lieu of having, I
spy with my giant eye. Pray for the hunter.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, why don't we have all three? You can choose to have. You make the choice as part of your character build. I would like to use my trance, so you only get the trance mechanic. Or you go, I don't like my trance, or I'm fighting a boss that doesn't really, do that much to me, so I'm going to take Final Fantasy VII's Limit Break instead, and it's a different move. And then the other one is Final Fantasy VIII, where...
Yeah, Desperation move.
Yeah. I think its proper name was Hero Mode, where the lower you are, the more likely you are to have boosted attacks, kind of thing. That'd be cool. I like that idea. That'd be cool.
No,
but I think I would stick with trance, because trance is awesome.
Yeah. But it's the thing in just trance, because they can have a new skill set a limited time, but because the reason why I thought this is because in Destiny now we've got prismatic spec, which basically is all the light and dark combined. So you have both groups there, and when we reach it, we use both light and dark abilities of the bar. Once you go up the bar, you turn into you then transcend. Basically go basic trance mode, and basically have enhanced abilities and enhanced damage because of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I like the idea of trance. Regardless of how it's done, I like the idea of having a trance. But why don't you have it as... You could have it as a... How to word this? An ethereal affinity. So you kind of get to choose a trance. So like I'm a dancer, but I'm more affinity. I'm more attuned with Ifrit. So my trance gives me boosted damage and makes all of my attacks fire damage.
Yeah.
Or you can go Odin, or you can go.
So basically, what you're saying is that every let's say we use 12 as the example. Depending on what number of 12 you pay, depends on what your transfer is. Well, that's universal.
Yeah.
So everybody has the same selection. You just get to pick which one you want. So if you want
you could be a tank with Ifrit, or you could be a healer with Ifrit, and they get the same move.
Yeah.
And some of them are heals, and so I can't remember what game did that. It might have been City of Villains. But there was something where you have a... Oh no, you know what? It's Final Fantasy XIV, and it's their deep dungeons. No, they're what's the one where you go in on your own with an NPC? It's just you and one NPC.
One NPC? That's Moshi's Story Quest.
No, V&C Dungeon Finders.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones where it's a narrative story. The first one I did was the Queen of Rahaban, the little Lalafell lass, and we went on a little dungeon delve together. How do I call them?
I don't.
It basically when you start the dungeon, it says what class role would you like, and if you choose DPS, you get additional DPS moves. Your dungeon abilities. Your 2 dungeon abilities become DPS moves. Or, so if you're a healer, you can take DPS moves, and you're not stymied by going through this dungeon kind of thing. So
is this the new dungeon thing?
Oh no, it was in Endwalker. It's not new for this expansion.
No, I mean that's what I mean. But thinking about it, it's a hand content. I can't remember.
Is it called a trust? I'm sure it's the V&C Dungeon Finder. I'll have to have a look in a minute.
No, because trust is basically the general entity.
Oh, okay. So, thank you very much for the bits. We now have a super giant rod. I love my new emotes. My new emotes are cute. And a dancing dino as well. Nice. Thank you.
I do like the new rug. It's more happier.
Yeah, that's actually the wrong emote. That rog should have smaller arms. I've modified it since then. Interesting. I'll have to look at that after. That's clearly not updated itself.
Stretch arm rug.
Yeah, it's not that the arms are too long. It's that they're so high above his head that you have to shrink the rest of him down to have it visible.
Yeah.
God damn it, Essie, you broke it. Yes, it's not as easy to understand what it is when it's in its small mode because it's so tall. So I shrunk it down.
Yet again, we fall into our blame chat.
It's always S's fault. She can't help it, she's a selfie. Speaking of people whose fault it is. Nice liver.
Ah. No, it was just blaming him in general anyway. He flooded the crew. I'm blaming him for it. We literally had like a 20-minute falling downpour this morning.
Nice. I do need to. The next thing I'm going to work on is my. Oh yeah, this is AOE time, isn't it? Why am I being dumb? The next thing I'm going to work on is my animated emotes because I don't have any yet. Well, I have my pun bell, and I have my no puns, which I will never go away. Those are my favourites.
Well, I think a stabbing tumbler isn't required these days.
Well, I kind of do want a Tombury and a Moogle. Sorry, Tombury and a Chocobo. But I kind of also want a Stiltskin as well. So I'm thinking a Tombury that's really small and runs towards the screen and stabs. And then turns around and runs away again. Mm-hmm. A Chocobo that goes from left to right or right to left, just zooms across. Bit of prominence. But I also kind of want to. I'm going to have to pay someone to do the animated ones because I'm not spending that amount of time doing it. I'm just not. But I kind of want Rog ringing the pun bell. I kind of want that.
Or Rog's just going, no puns,
Well, I can do the waving one. I've got enough assets that I built myself that I can do Rog waving, which is good. And I can also quite easily do Rog lurk as well, where he just leans in from behind, from the off canvas kind of thing. I can do that quite easily. Sliver, you've just answered your own question. But I kind of want Rog ringing a bell. And I don't think I've got the assets that I can use to do that myself. So I'm going to have to ask somebody to be like, here's what I've got. Can you please just do better than I can? That's what I ask.
Well, Sliver has many options. You know exactly what he's got and what he's paid for. He's got many options and a lot of time to use them.
He knows. He's just answered his own question for what have I done. You just got home.
Yeah.
Where were you? Where the hell have you been? Unacceptable. You're not allowed outside. We've told you.
Unfortunately, he has to go outside these days.
Nope, that's it. Banned. No. That's another one I want, actually. The 601 cat. I don't know what its actually name is. Yeah. I love that little sad face. Walk away. I love that thing. So apologies, Hoods, but I'm stealing that. Although I may have to do it as not. Oh shit! I may have to do it not Rog on that one and have it as VV. So if you make VV sad, he walks away. Damn it.
More emotes. More emotes.
Well, I've got space for loads. I think I've got space for like 60 more emotes total or something. It's fucking crazy.
I didn't check how many emotes I've got now a kind of delete station.
I think it's 5 for standard and then 5 for each of the sub tiers, but the sub tiers are the ones that increase annoyingly, not the freebies.
Yeah, well, but yeah, I won't have these sub tiers because I don't have any subs.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting subs on.
Pat the Goose. We do like the Pat the Goose emote as well. Yeah,
I've been doing this strike for too long. I've got Killing done. down the fallen walker down to about 4 seconds.
What I said, sir, goose. You just got it on farm now, basically.
Yeah, basically I've got Devil's Lair down to 6 minutes.
The only time I ever did that was Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. No, sorry, Pandaria. No, so it was my mage. It would be Lich King. I had Stratholme Keep down to 7 minutes, I think, on my mage, for farming Rivendell, Rismount. I had that. I had that on lock. I knew exactly when to blink to get past certain mobs. And what team am I in? I'm in B. I'm in Belly. This is probably one of my favourite raid fights. You know, I absolutely love this fight.
Well, I can tell Blizzard's kind of desperate for getting players back at the moment. They've increased the drop rate of all the maps by up to 25 times.
Eh?
To get them out, to get people back. It's like good.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. I forgot to shrink myself before I went into the bile. Completely forgot.
Was the drink first, then bile?
Yeah. Let's hit the juices, then the bile. Whoopsie.
I think we still get people that run into both. They run into both and we continue to be outside the DPS. They're like, no, you don't feel that.
Hallowed ground. Thames invulnerable.
I once saw someone on the Chains team run into the gastric juices, get the juices and shrink, and then just bolt over to the Chains and wait. I was just seeing this little guy with the chain just running towards Cerberus. You're like, dude! I loved it.
Cerberus did not eat chains.
Oh, a Yan. I need a Yan emote as well. You pat the Yan. We'll have pat the Yan. Cerberus in Chains is a very good name for a band, thinking about it.
Well, Alice in Chains exists, so
yeah.
Therefore it's changing one name.
That's fine. That's fine. It still works.
Alice in Chains cover band.
And it needs to be an Alice in Chains cover band that specifically has 3 singers, and that's why it's called Cerberus in Chains.
Actually, that's actually quite well.
It's not wrong, is it?
Using cover on Sage Capsule Noodle.
But yeah, I love this fight. I've actually, this is one of the Final Fantasy fights that I've converted into a D&D boss. I have the mechanics for this to be a D&D fight.
Mm-hmm. And I'm honestly surprised it's not Monster Hunter Creatures as well.
I mean, if they're going to do a crossover, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
But, no, I'm denying it. I'm denying your petition for Cerberus Hunter for one simple reason.
Mm-hmm.
We have Squidlies. Monster Hunter has Squidlies now. Give me a fucking Marlboro.
Oh no.
Let me teach the non-Final Fantasy plebs what bad breath is all about. Let me show them pain. Oh, you want wet, stinky, mud, burning, exploding, and poison all at the same time, do you? Good fucking luck. Here we go.
Unfortunately, I can guarantee you that with the current engine and the current patches, you'll tank the frame rates.
The rumour is it's Bahamut anyway.
Oh.
Which I'm all for. I mean, we've got to give it its own name. It's got to be Bahamut Wild. Or Wild Bahamut. Because there's Bahamut Zero, Bahamut Nova.
There's 5 variants of Bahamut?
Yeah, and the rest. We're closer to 100 than we are to 5.
From how many games?
From closer to 100 than 5. I mean, you've seen Final Fantasy Machine Abridged, right?
No.
You've never seen Final Fantasy Machine Abridged, right? It's about 6 hours long. Don't watch the whole thing, but definitely go and watch the start until you get bored, because it's well worth it. But there's a bit in there where Barrett is talking about Bahamut, and he's like, "Fuck, we got so many of these motherfuckers now. We got Bahamut, we got King Bahamut, we got Shin Bahamut. There's Bahamut Zero, Neo Bahamut. There's Bahamut 2.5 Final Mix. There's there's Bahamut Madness Returns.
Bahamut 2.5. What the?
We've got Bahamut Biohazard 7."
What the we're producing these that we're spoken?
He's just obviously at that point he's just naming stupid things, but yeah, I mean,
Yes, but you're giving them ideas that don't give them ideas. You can't.
but I mean, even in Final Fantasy VII, there's Bahamut, Neo Bahamut, Bahamut Nova, the Final Fantasy Rebirth variant of Neo. Oh, sorry, no, that's not Neo. That's Bahamut Arise.
Yeah, I was going to say Bahamut Arise is so
then you've got Bahamut Zero. Then you've got Umbra Bahamut. Then you've got Virtual Bahamut. There's also Tetra Bahamut, which is a fusion of the future ghosts of Loz, Kadaj, and Yazoo.
I was going to say Tetra Bahamut. Is that the Bahamut made out of text blocks?
In darkness.
Yeah,
all
and
this
then
is
you've got Shin Bahamut from
mine to devour.
Advent Children. That's just in Final Fantasy VII. That's not counting Eidolon Bahamut, or Dark Bahamut, or Ghost Bahamut, or there's genuinely close to 100 different Bahamut variants now. It's fucking insane.
You cannot overcome
So
what is
basically,
not
what you're
exist.
saying is some of the
darkness
fighting
I am
into the
born,
game
and to
should be all
darkness I
of
shall return.
everybody just
GG,
wants to
have a nice
Bahamut.
day.
Yeah, it's oops. Summoner is oops all Bahamut.
GG typo / GG. Hello, beautiful people.
Need on that one. Yeah, it's just oops all Bahamut. There's so many Bahamuts. There's Bahamut Record Keeper. There's Picto Bahamut. It is genuinely insane. I mean, even the wiki doesn't include them all. I think I got it in Discord actually. I posted it to a mate a while back. Let's see if I can find it. It would be in there, and it wouldn't. It would be there. Control F.
So basically, I'm assuming the map of Bahamut is about as confusing as the Shin Megami Tensei universe map. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Someone once tried to break down Kingdom Hearts into the 12 steps of the hero's journey, and it turns out that within the hero's journey are 5 separate hero's journey, all with their own arc, some of which interlace and combine and all this.
Yeah.
That's what the Bahamut chart looks like.
Yeah, and also you've got to remember Solace Hero Journey was set up 4 times.
Not in here. I thought it would have been in here.
That's why I call him Sora Aham, because it's basically Samus with the Keyblade.
Yeah. Yeah, and nicely, I just got my Keyblade in Expedition 33 as well, which is cool.
Right,
It's not real, dude. I wouldn't drop a spoiler like that.
yeah, but don't mention anything just in case it's real. Even if you're joking, just don't mention anything. Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Expedition 33 doesn't have Keyblades.
I'm disappointed if that's the case because I flicked something. Considering they've already admitted they're using basically most of the Square games as inspiration, including all other stuff. It's like, yeah, not really. I would have been surprised if there's a homage to Keyblades.
I mean, again, no spoilers, but I'm loving that game for how many times they can throw a subtle twist at me, and I think, and I don't have a oh my god reaction. I have a yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now you mention it, that makes sense. And I'm really appreciating how many times they're able to just, oh, by the way, I think I've missed the turtles. I don't know where the turtles are. I think they're this way.
All I think in terms of where I am in content, I'm in Act 2. I defeated the first of 2 things.
Oh, I've just defeated the second of 2 things.
Yes.
Oh, I defeated them in the wrong order, and I defeated the second of 2 things. We are basically in the same place.
Yes.
Which did you defeat first, left or right?
I don't know my directions. I'll just say many faces.
Oh, okay. He's the easy one, so you've got the harder one to come. The game tells you that. It already has told you that.
Yes.
It
has told me that. And I went,
They,
no.
they told me that at the end of one of my play sessions, and I forgot the order, and I got it wrong, so I went and beat the hard one first.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'll say is, fuck me, the hard one is harder. Like, holy shit, the hard one is harder.
The funny thing is, it's been my experience with this so far has been similar to how I have experienced many of the shows. Like everybody says, "Oh my, this boss is really really hard." I've seen that, and all bosses that we've been going, "Oh, they're really easy." How difficult it is. So,
I think there's probably the guy outside the house and the not many faces are probably the only two bosses that have actually given me trouble that I'm meant to be fighting. Obviously, I've had trouble against Chromas and the my God, what are you doing? Don't fight this yet. Of course, I've had trouble against them.
The casuals are standing as super bosses.
I will say I've already beat a super boss. He was hard, but I beat the fucker. And I've already downed 3 Chromas as well.
Yeah, the thing is, I died to the guy outside the house once because again it just dropped. Again, it just happened. Like I was completely unprepared for that. Second time, basically PCP.
I think he took me about 4 attempts, but that's because I kept fucking up my blocks. It was entirely a skill issue on my part. It wasn't that he was. I knew I could beat him. I just kept fucking up.
I've got a build that basically I just generate points, so I was permanently out maximum points from the characters all the time. I'm
Lune CL Verso. All of them have infinite AP. After round 1, all of them have infinite AP. I've got Verso into a 1-turn ultimate. Like the first time he takes his go, he's hitting with his ultimate. And then he's hitting with his ultimate every single turn after that.
Yeah, I've got CL Mono and Verso.
Are you using Monoko?
Oh, /
Yeah.
I like Monoko. I have him in my party when I'm not fighting bosses, so I can teach him all his abilities.
I just like the mages.
You think he's more of a Beastmancer, but yeah.
Hello.
If he's a blue mage, he's Quistis, rather than a traditional blue mage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but one of his abilities is to turn into a giant guy, and then he just goes ham.
Oh, the 4-hit with the sword.
The multi-hit with the sword.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one and the pothead with the giant stick, who hits everything. I love those two.
Yes. He's my main DPS. Yes, and Monoko is a Beastmancer.
The Footmancer. It does feel a bit like a game designed by Quentin Tarantino. There's a lot of feet.
Reconfiguring gender assessing influence of physical structure on combat effectiveness.
But I am enjoying it. Unfortunately, Grump, and I will say this because you've just popped in, and hello, by the way, I won't be playing it tonight because Wasted's booked me in for a game of Warhammer. So unfortunately, I won't be playing Expedition tonight. Oh god, I nearly went off the edge.
I unfortunately have slowed down my speed running and I'm up to 8 minutes again. That's really annoying. No.
But yeah, my team is... the reason I did it that way, I had those 3, because I had Mael on her own. This is before I got Monoko. So that if they went down, she had all the Pictos that are, while fighting alone, become goddess kind of deal.
Yeah.
So if I ever went down, it was like, okay, Mael, time to carry. And I'll be honest, I beat a couple of bosses that way.
No, that's what it is. Yeah. I like we use CL as healer in mine.
Have a healer.
Yeah.
I was saying this to Grump last night. Not to Grump, sorry, to Canuck. If it gets to the point where I need to heal, I'm usually good enough with my blocks that I don't really get to that point too often. And if somebody does go down, I'll go into my I'm quite happy to go into my backup team. But I'd rather just start the fight again than heal. The core mechanic of this game is just keep batting your head against it until you learn the mechanics. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep fighting this boss until I can beat it without healing, essentially.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that devs went into the story mode and made it really easy to fight. The dodge and power mechanics are yeah, there's 50% grace period.
Alright, is that one of the new quality of life features they added?
Yeah, then in the story mode, basically, yeah, you can increase it by about 50%.
Nice. So you can turn off the I'm doing a move, I need to quick time, and get extra grace on the defensives as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's only in story mode.
Yeah.
If you go, oh, you need to get easier. That's only the story mode.
Yeah, you don't have to play that mode.
Yeah. I hate people thinking like that. It's like, oh, play my way. It's like, we're going to limit people's self-enjoyment. It's like the same people that turn around and say, oh, I can't use summons and helmet things.
Pay my sub.
They are in the game. Yeah, they're in the game. They are literally in the game. The lead developer uses them all the time.
Yeah.
Because he enjoys them. So why are you telling everybody not to use them?
When I finish Candela, Claire Obscure, I keep calling it Candela Obscura. Can't stop. When I finish Claire Obscure, I'm going back. The next one will be Final Fantasy IX. Because it's their anniversary today. Literally today. It is the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX's release. Hoping there's been some news about the remake, because if they're going to drop it, today is the day.
No, it's either going to be opening like live Gamescom or to Gamescom.
Well, the thing is, so far, this month and last month, we've had, hey, we're still making the anime.
Really?
Extensive damage sustained.
We've had, hey, we're still making the anime. Hey, here's some brand new art designed. This isn't unseen art. This is brand new for you. Enjoy. And 2 days ago, we got additional VV lore. Fucking hell. We got additional lore on VV's background. If they don't drop it for the 25th anniversary, that's not just, hey, you guys remember Dragon's Dogma, bye. That's a month of, hey, you guys remember Dragon's Dogma, bye.
Yeah, but again, Nintendo ignored Metroid's anniversary twice.
Yeah, but that's Nintendo. They don't give a shit. They don't compete with anybody. They don't have to justify themselves.
No, to be honest, it will not surprise me if they're revealed to be opening that way.
I've been jokingly calling it 33 excitingly obscured candles. When I first saw the name, and me and a mate were like instantly wishlisting it, just on the vibe alone. Didn't care about what it was.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even know it was an RPG at that point. I actually expected it to be an ARPG at that point, an action RPG rather than a Diablo ARPG.
Yeah. So
it was like instant wishlist. And then like 2 months later, we're like, what is the name of that game? Some Obscure Candles or something.
Now, Claire Obscure is one of those ones where when the first time I was like, yep, this could be a game I'm going to like.
Yeah, it was.
I have not regretted it. It's one of the very few games where it delivered.
It would be absolutely 100% impossible for me to regret buying that game. It is physically not possible. Even if they would, and as I was saying last night, even if they were to pull a Final Fantasy VIII and absolutely butcher the story at the 11th hour, I would still not regret buying that game.
No.
Because the devs gave me it for free. I can't not get my money's worth.
You can't regret not buying it because you know what's in the first.
What's it? But I will say, once I've completed it, I am probably going to buy a copy to give away because I want to support the devs.
I would say if it's available again, get the wine
I don't really do collector's editions unless it's for nostalgia, and this game hasn't had a chance to build nostalgia yet. So, have you seen the collector's edition of Gex that's coming out?
No.
change one word in the next. Sorry, change one letter in the next sentence I'm going to give you, and you will be almost accurate. It comes with a 2-foot Gex doll. A 2-foot inflatable Gex doll.
Yeah.
Change the G to an S.
Yeah. And that's about
It is fucking awful. It is one of the worst collector's edition items I have ever seen. And I have seen the Fallout 76 duffel bag.
I would also argue, what was it? Which one was it? Was it the island? The bikini bloody busk, which
Yep.
is literally a bus.
It's almost up there with Wizards of the Coast's Baldur's Gate. WizKids Baldur's Gate 3 D&D. Almost up there with those.
That's hot.
Oh, yeah. That's how bad that Gex doll is.
So, melted Galator of the Army Melted Griffin,
Yeah. Right. My mate showed him this.
which is downstairs in my living room.
My mate showed him this. Like, what do you think of these? I'm like, well, yeah, I can see what you've been going for, and I said I can see what she's been going for. But I think you need a bit more practice is needed, and it's kind of okay for like if you're getting back into painting. It's like, what do you think these are? I assume Theo's bought his missus has bought some minis and is painting them up. These are WizKids minis. Okay. They're pre-painted. They're fucking what?
Yeah.
They're
God,
what
yeah.
WizKids set are they? Like Baldur's Gate? Like, how? I couldn't even tell what they were. I genuinely had no idea from the models they showed me, without context, that they were Baldur's Gate. I had no fucking clue.
So basically, like the Gormless, the Omega Twins, the 14, where the faces were literally painted on.
Yep.
Oh God.
But painted on with a brush 3 sizes too thick.
Oh God.
And not,
So
not
basically
watering down the paint.
So basically, my orc painting where I just dunk orc green paint as is.
It genuinely looks like they've dipped it in a base coat, mass brushed it in a skin coat, and then used the same mass brush to just paint the armor and the eyes.
Are these actually? Do these pictures exist?
Yeah, they're online. They exist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
GG.
I would like to see them discuss the full point.
Google it. Just Google WizKids Baldur's Gate 3. You will find it. Them Wizards of the Coast, not WizKids, recalled them and offered an apology and a full refund.
God.
Even if you
So
don't
it's-
send them back in, you still get a full refund.
So one of the few times that Wizards admitted fault.
They had to. They had no choice. They just had to. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I genuinely thought they were amateur painted. I didn't realise that they were.
Machine shopped.
Yeah, quote professional, essentially. Fucking crazy.
I hate to hear that. I'm guessing it's like a 50 quid sale or something ridiculous like that.
I think it was 25 quid for 3, and you needed all 3. If you wanted all of them, you needed to buy 3 sets. Horrible.
Hang on. Oh God, I've just seen a minute face with all the close-ups. Yeah, oh God.
They're hardly
Oh, God.
recognisable as Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in your channel.
Yeah, go for it.
For people to not the link, the single image of a certain character's Facebook.
Karlak's. Karlak and Shadow. Oh no, sorry, Karlak and the Gift Lass. I can't remember her name. Isel.
Yeah.
They're just terrible. They're absolutely terrible.
Yeah, the image, the first image you put in your Discord is the best one I did. The next one's the
by all
average
means-
example.
By all means, stick them in Twitch. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I'll actually put the one. So anybody that wants to witness, yeah, those.
I'd say I'm surprised they got past quality assurance, but that presumes that they had a level of quality assurance.
Yeah, it's Hasbro. They don't have quality assurance.
Well, it's not Hasbro, it's WizKids.
Yeah, but again,
I don't think they're owned by, they're just partnered.
no, but I mean, if Hasbro had final say, Hasbro would say, "Nah, makes money."
Yeah, probably. They're awful. God. And I will say this as well, never support WizKids. If you're... WizKids operates in an area of people are starting to get into D&D. They need models quick, essentially. They need some starter models to get them on with. So we're going to provide that and charge you 3 times as much as we... They are absolutely gouging new people for the hobby. Don't support WizKids, ever. Always go third party. I'd prefer you to get a 3D printer and do it yourself.
Yeah, they're probably cheaper.
But like, go on Etsy or Fiverr and have people design them for you. Hell, go on Hero Forge and build your damn own. You know, if you're playing digitally, £7 for a character. If you want it printing and you want to paint it, it's £20. If you want it painted relatively well, you know, better than a standard starter could probably do, I think that's only £40.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of inflated prices, I've got very bizarre. I won't go into much context, but I have a very bizarre story. That my ramen noodles are being scalped.
Ramen noodles are being scalped.
Yes.
When you hear something, you're like, I must have misheard that.
my ramen noodles that I usually buy from Tesco are being scalped.
Have they got a game promotion on with them at the moment?
No. Basically, what's happened is there's a third-party shop that's in the town that basically has an Asian market. They're buying up the noodles from Tesco and selling them for 4 times the price.
That's cool. Why Tesco? Why not go Costco? It's got to be cheaper, right?
No, because well, unless you live here, you won't know what it is. But it's like 5 minutes away from their business. Is 5 minutes away from Tesco. So literally, they're walking up into Tesco, buying all the ramen noodles they can, then just walking into their business and selling them.
Well, the amount that's got to cost them compared to bulk buying at Costco, it can't be worth it. It just can't. That's insane. I love it, but that's insane.
Yeah, but that's how everything's gone at the moment.
This has just gone live, and when he pops, I will need to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge as soon as he. He's playing screwdrivers. I've got about 3 out. Right.
Yeah, when you say something like that, I've got to think, if you think, do you actually mean a Genko screwdriver or actually a screwdriver? It's wasted.
Yeah, I mean, it's wasted. He could be playing with his screwdrivers, drinking a screwdriver while driving in screwdrivers.
Yeah.
All 3 are viable options. I am having such an easier time fighting these hunts on Arcanist, Machinist, sorry, than I was Bard. One level difference, same gear, of literally exactly the same gear.
Well,
And
didn't they do it to basically that Machinist from the DPS Lancer is the spot one and kind of the Bard is in between them?
Yeah, I mean, Machinist is high burst, so it's for fighting standard little shitty mobs. Of course, it's the best one, high burst. Whereas I think overall Bard does the same amount of damage, but only in a protracted. And that's because of its crits and its These
Yeah.
extra little tie-ins kind of thing. But yeah, this is notable. What are we fighting? Everlasting Youths.
Everlasting news. So you.
This is actually one of the hardest ones. One of the hardest standard. Because they're the... Because you get these ones. The Timbermen. And they're the standard enemy in this area. And they're kind of hard. They're not... You know, they're not a walkthrough when you first get here. But also around the area are the rarer Everlasting Youths, which are the hard mode version of the Timbermen. Or free, you know. I've seen Final Destination. I know what a log does to the side of your head.
I think that's my watch series of the summer. The Final Destination series. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Why?
Next month or next month.
What I mean, I've had absolutely no issue with any of them, and then that one walks up and batters me. Okay, well that's fine. On the hunt, not doing. Right, it's back to Tulio Lal.
Ooh.
Hey, we can't beat that. We can't beat the rest. So, actually, no. There's one more area I haven't done. I haven't done Heritage Found yet. This way? Yeah. Remembered?
Remembered?
Remembered.
Remembered. Ooh, it's Caldwell Hot as well. Nice.
I love this. This zone was so cool. It was like, let's mechanize the thunder.
Yeah. That's one thing I do appreciate with 40. To take this Eastern idea up and know it's take it as far enough to be able to recognize it, but far enough that it's completely wow.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's like that's more Final Fantasy VIII Bullet Relay Station than anything in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But turn around there, and that is very clearly Alexandria.
Yeah.
To the point where you can go, oh shit, this is where Puck tripped Vivi.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is where Puck tripped Vivi.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. By merging 3 different themes from 3 different games, and it's a really, really neat.
This is a higher level enemy, and I'm having an easier time killing him.
What can you machine?
It's just those trees. Those trees are fucking hard. They're overtuned to fuck. We might lose this though. One or two misses there would have seen me dead.
Would you say its bark is worse than its bite?
I'd say its strength is rooted in its leafiness. Yes. And if I see one of them coming at me, I'm liable to just leave. Remlick's fault. He made me do it. Ents are the bomb. Ents are fine until they become stroppers, and then I take issue with stroppers. Use up the that's a penis dodging. One thing is that life tree got wood.
Well, thank you, sir. You got me a god roll of or I didn't even have yet.
These puns are always worth it. Okay, this is something I'm going to say. The worst thing about being a streamer, absolute 100% worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before I start my stream, I wake up about 3 hours before I start streaming. I usually wake up 3 or 4 o'clock.
What's you doing?
The first thing I do is I go downstairs, I clean the pots from the night before because I'm a bad person. I didn't wash them before I went to bed.
Evil?
And then usually, if I'm having something suitable, I'll get the slow cooker going. And I'll forget about it. The slow cooker, that's the entire point of it. And then I'll get to 7 o'clock and I'll put the stream on and I'll start going. And then I'll get to 10 o'clock. And I can smell the food. And now I want the food.
So I tend...
In a day, I'm about now, but we've got 2 hours left. In theory, we get something done in that time. Okay, that's the case. I'm probably going to have to end this stream now so that we can go and do some of the Warhammer stuff with Waste. Because I did promise him that we'd run some tests on and he's not got much time to go and other stuff.
Well, it's 10 o'clock for me, so I'll be heading off, so bye-bye.
Yes, I will catch you later, Kremlik, and I will pop that over there. So, yeah, I'm gonna bail on this one here. See what Wasted's up to. See if I thought you'd gone. Go away. Shoot. See if I can grab a quick bite to eat while I'm prepping. I will see about jumping back on and streaming my side of things, depending on how long we're intending on going. But otherwise, there may not be a backup night shift stream tonight. Who that? Oh yeah, him again. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. We will be doing these. Yes, I am seeing that as well. He's not in a good mood. Apparently, it's been a bit of a day for him. So thank you very much for joining me on this. We will be doing some more Final Fantasy XIV next Sunday as well. For the moment, while ever I'm streaming on a Sunday, we're doing the MMO Sunday, and that's going to be Final Fantasy XIV. So if you are wanting to play, I do play throughout the week off stream as well. Feel free to message me. Join in on the Sundays. It's completely free to create an account. You don't have to. You don't have to pay for anything up until level 70. It's all 100% free with no time limits. If you want a friend code invitation thing, there you go. Use that one. And come play with us next Sunday. Well, I've still got some low-level classes I can jump back and play with. So join us. Join us if you are able. In the meantime, I'm going to raid you into Wasted because that would make sense. Yeah, tomorrow we will be back with some more Realm of Ruin. We're going to try and beat that goddamn level. Claire Obscure will be tomorrow night now. And then for the final stream of the week, which is going to be Tuesday, we have Retro, which is going to be Sly Raccoon. So join us for that one. It's been a pleasure. I shall catch you all later. Thank you very much for the follows, the bits, the raids, the subs, the other thing. Can't remember what it was. Donations. There we go. Thank you. I'll catch you guys later.